Hey there, motocross fans! Welcome back to our channel. Today we are taking a trip down memory lane to relive some of the most unforgettable moments in the world of motocross. From hair-stopping crashes to unbelievable comebacks, these moments have left a lasting impact on the sport. Kicking off our list at number 10, we have an incredible story for underdog rider Sean Simpson, who defeated all odds to claim victory in a fiercely competitive race. Let's roll the tape and witness the moment that had everyone on their feet.
Absolutely ecstatic. How long can you fist bump for?
It was first Sean Simpson ever won the Mix 1 victory. He was underdog in this class, and no one believed that he would win. He was first in the first race, and in the second race he finished in third position and won the overall by 1 point ahead of Kevin Stribus. That was an unforgettable day in Sean Simpson's career. Wow.
My family, we've tried so hard for years, and there've been a lot of ups and downs, injuries, bad rides and different problems, and this just makes it all worthwhile. I was looking forward to this weekend as it was. I like sand and I like the rain too, and here we've got both mixed, so I'm absolutely over the moon.
I miss the days when James Stewart and Ricky Carmichael met on that motocross track and fight to the finish line every time. These dudes are badass. Goat's Ricky, but Stewart will make his mark. James Stewart is just hitting his prime, while Ricky Carmichael has nothing more to prove. Regardless, when these guys get on it, it's worth watching every time. So, sit back, grab some popcorn, and let's watch.
Right on the rear fender. Carmichael has his points and Bubba has his.
Yeah, James is, he raised it.
Come on, Carmichael, that's what they're cheering. They are getting loud on the sidelines, or they're cheering for Bubba.
Nice
Bubba gets
move.
past. Ricky takes over the lead. Downhill one more time, but there goes Bubba, his fast section. Oh! Lands on the back of Carmichael.
One time on an interview, Ricky Carmichael said, "You know what was cool about 2006 and 2007 when James Stewart and I are racing together? I just feel like there's a mutual respect between the two of us. We are able to race clean. We are able to race hard. But it was good, fun racing. That respect level was so high. It was fun to be part of it." Once the riders went outdoors, however, the vast majority chose the pilot 4 strokes, including Ricky Carmichael. Ricky Carmichael had joined Suzuki that year after a tenure with Honda. He was rewarded handsomely by Suzuki. Along with high salary and huge win bonuses came the ability to race to Suzuki in the Nationals. Meanwhile, Kawasaki had yet to produce a 450 4-stroke. James Stewart would be relegated to Kawasaki 2-stroke, a bike he would later blame for his lackluster results against the more powerful 4-strokes. Coming in at number 8, we have a hair-stuffing moment that showcased extraordinary display of balance and control. Witness the hair-pounding instant when a rider pulled off an unbelievable save that defeat all expectations. The rider's name is AJ Catanzaro. The Catalonia Grand Prix of 2008 was a real hell and a test for all the riders. The training session was sunny and clear, but then the competition time came, the track turned into a big pool. Many riders fought really hard. You just look what happened here. After that, Doug Henry was seriously injured. He was paralyzed. I think it was whiskey throttle or something like that, because Doug Henry really didn't want to jump that.
Throttle launching of Henry on a flight Evel Knievel wouldn't dare to think about.
He made a mistake in the corner before that, kind of slid out away.
Henry still hospitalized with 2 cracked vertebrae. Full recovery is anticipated, with the mending process to take about 3 months.
Justin Barsha whips it in Ken Roczen's face. This pass is one of the most iconic on Justin Barsha's list, and he has a lot of them. This pass was done at Arlington Supercross 2014. How savage that look was from Justin Barsha. Wow.
Gives Roczen some serious attitude right there as he passes him back. As a rider, if you're Roczen, that's just going to fire you up even more.
Ryan Villopoto does a crazy pass on Trey Kennard at Sunday Valley Motocross 2013. This is why Ryan Villopoto won every championship in which he completed a full season without injury. It's all about cornering.
The track to find some extra speed. Now watch what he scrubs this, and watch how he keeps the rear tire low right here, sitting down, powers, and he doesn't even land.
James Stewart Bubba epic screw pass on Mike Alessi in Muddy Creek 2030. Next video is gonna be lit. I think most of you have seen this video before. The conclusion of the first moto of 250s at Hackentown was amazing. Blake Baggett was super fast on 250s. He was able to pass Justin Barsha and Ken Roczen with one lap to go to win this race.
He's on the inside for this next left-hander. Roczen's got to beat him to it. He can't.
Blake passed Justin Barsha as soon as the white light came out, and Ken Roczen was passed with a few turns to go. Blake Baggett was on the beast mode.
Too little, too late. An unbelievable charge.
Expected that we would not see him again in 1992. Whoa, look at that jump.
LaRocco's leap is one of the most famous jumps in the world. It was named after LaRocco, as Mike LaRocco became the first person to clear it. Duke saw on a 2-stroke dirt bike.
As did several riders, if that triple jump. And Brian Swink up to 4th, and we had a quick glimpse of Ryan Hughes.
This happened in AMA Motocross season at Unadilla. Ricky Carmichael goes down early in this heat race and comes back to overtake James Stewart for the lead. Right before a crazy crash when James Stewart Bubba landed on Ricky Carmichael. Glad that they walked away after this. Every fight between Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart was very interesting. This nightmare happened at Butts Creek 2005 when Doug Henry landed pretty bad after a big jump. In 2020, the MXGP season belonged to Tim Geiser, who won the championship quite easily because Jeffrey Herlings was out due to injury and Romain Fabre was just recovering his form. But the past is the past, a new season is a new story. The first round of MXGP was in Russia. 3 riders who were contenders to win the championship shared 3 places. Last year's champion Tim Geiser, one-time MXGP champion Romain Fabre, and the Bullet Jeffrey Herlings. The first race of MXGP in Russia was easily won by Tim Geiser. Romain Fabre was second and Jeffrey Herlings finished in 4th. Tim Geiser showed a championship form already in the first race of the season. The second race was more difficult for Tim Geiser. because Jeffrey Herlings won the whole shot but quickly crashed in the corner, but managed to regain positions. Tim Geiser was faster and won the second race and the overall.
Or 23rd, something like that. Then I say to myself, just calm down, you have speed, and then I start picking up the riders until I was in front, and then make a comfortable lead and then control the race.
Until the fourth round, which took place in Netherlands, nothing special happened in the championship standings. Tim Geiser was leading by 20 points, and the second and fourth positions had equal points. This round could have destroyed any championship hopes for Jeffrey Herlings. That landing on Jeffrey Herling's shoulder looked really bad. However, during the competition, Jeffrey Herlings did not slow down the pace, and it seems that the worst case scenario is already in the past. Although you could see that he was in the pain as he rode through the pit line. Jeffrey Herlings made an incredible comeback to the first place, fighting with Tim Geiser, Glenn Holdenhoff and Romain Fabre. Herlings won the first race, but we didn't see him at the start line in the second race, as he announced that he could no longer race due to the incident in the first race. It was later announced that Jeffrey Herlings would miss the Czech Grand Prix a week later, with his return scheduled for Belgium Grand Prix 2 weeks later. In any case, one missed chase cost Jeffrey Herlings dearly. Not many believed that Jeffrey Herlings would be able to win the championship anymore, because it was not clear what form he would be after the injury and where he would even recover. After the Loket Grand Prix, which Jeffrey Herlings missed, he was 6th in the championship standings, already 50 points behind the leader, Tim Geiser. But the bullet was insane fast on one of the hardest tracks in the world in Lommel. No one expected that he would show the same pace just 2 weeks after the injury. This is why I love motocross. Jeffrey Herlings started his first race after injury with a convincing in the first heat. His biggest rivals, Fabre and Geiser, crashed during the race, and Jeffrey Herlings won by a half a minute over Romain Fabre. Geiser was only 7th in this heat. So, the bullet is back. The second race was absolutely mid-grinder. First race winner Jeffrey Herlings crashed during the first lap and was only in 19th position, but he moved up the positions every lap. Romain Fabre crashed one time, but in lap 8 he moved up to a second place, and on the 11th lap he passed Paul Jonas, who led the whole race. Tim Geiser crashed twice and finished in 4th. Jeffrey Herlings moved up from 19th to 5th. The Belgian stage was won by Romain Fabre. Herlings was 2nd and Paul Jonas was 3rd. Geiser was only 6th and lost a lot of points to his rivals Fabre and Herlings, but he was still leading in the championship standings.
Yeah, I'm stoked right now. I feel all the work pay off, finally. Still make a mistake, but that second moto, I was on it. So proud of my team, Monster Energy Kawasaki Racing Team, and we're gonna celebrate tonight.
In the MXGP Championship, until the Sardinia stage, everything was quite calm. Geiser led the second place by 30 points. True, Herlings reduced the gap to Geiser step by step, and by the Sardinia stage he was 4th, and 5 points separated him from the podium. However, everything turned upside down in the Sardinia stage. In one interview, Tim Geiser said, "When I went to the hospital, I knew the doctor and we had a meeting before the operation. I asked him what he wanted to do, but also said the only really important thing was to be able to race a few days later in Sardinia. He was smiling. He didn't expect that request, so there's a pretty big play there and extra screws." This championship was crazy. 2 riders who claimed the title of the champion suffer injuries, lose points, but sacrifice it and ride with painkillers to keep the chance of winning. The first race of Sardinia Grand Prix started with a great Jeffrey Herlings performance. He won this race more than 40 seconds ahead of Jorge Prado and was fastest man on the track. Tim Geiser was riding after surgery and he crashed in the second lap, but he came back from that last to 19, but that cost him a lot of points. Romain Fabre was steady and finished third, keeping all hopes alive. Second race was battle between Jorge Prado and Jeffrey Herlings. They showed us a great battle. In the end, Jeffrey managed to pass Jorge Prado and Herlings won the second run and overall. Tim Geiser was better on the second moto and finished 8th. Romain Fabre both motos finished in 3rd, but after this round in Sardinia, we have a new leader.
About 8 behind him. A great day at the office for Jeffrey Herlings, though.
Yeah, start was good again. Just shut out a bit too quick, and then Jorge was first. And you know, he's riding defensive, so it was tough to pass. But I tried a few things, and I waited till he got a bit more tired, and then with 6-7 laps to go, I put the hammer down, made a small gap, and then just controlled. So it was good. Get a 1-1, fastest in time practice this morning. So it was a perfect weekend. Yeah, I just thought I got on the red plate, but that doesn't mean a thing. But at least I'm happy to have it.
After Sardinia round, Jeffrey Herlings led by 1 point over Tim Geiser and 5 over Romain Fabre. The fight begins again. The next round was in Germany, and here everything turned upside down again. As in Sardinia, the battle was between Jorge Prado and Jeffrey Herlings again. Several times Jeffrey managed to overtake Jorge, but not for long. The young talent always managed to take the leading position, but after crossing the finish line, Jorge Prado's season was over. Tim Geiser was back from injury and showed a great pace to finish 3rd. Fabre had a fierce battle with the same Tim Geiser, but lost the duel to him by less than a second and finished in 4th. As I mentioned, Jorge Prado was injured and his season was over. So the second race started with Romain Fabre whole shot. Tim Geiser quickly moved up to 2nd place, and Jeffrey Herlings was a little bit slower in this heat after the crash with Jorge Prado. Geiser managed to pass Romain Fabre to finish 1st. Fabre was 12 seconds behind to finish 2nd, and Jeffrey Herlings lost almost 40 seconds to the leader to finish 3rd. And the replay has a new host again.
Yeah, I'm super happy. I mean, like, I don't know what to say. Just like 3 weeks ago, it happens, you know, like I broke my collarbone, and now, you know, like 2 races back, 3 weeks back, we are back on the top. So I'm really happy. The season is still really, really long, so I will try to be consistent, try to heal my injury completely, so I can be 100%.
As Jeffrey said after the Sardinia round, there is nothing to be happy about the red plate, and he was true. After Germany round, Tim Geiser took the lead over Herlings again. In France Grand Prix, which was Romain Fabre home GP, he was very fast. Jeffrey Herlings took the whole shot, but in lap 8, Romain Fabre managed to beat Jeffrey Herlings with a clean pass. However, Jeffrey was not far behind and the entire race was a tight fight, but home walls and local support helped Romain Fabre to win the first race. Tim Geiser, after awesome race in Germany, had difficulties in France Grand Prix and finished only in 6th place. The second race started with Antonio Cairoli's whole shot, but in the first lap, Jeffrey Herlings and Romain Fabre managed to pass Antonio Cairoli. Herlings was leading, but not for long, as in the first run, so in the second, on the 8th lap, Romain Fabre overtook Jeffrey Herlings and was the race leader. But with 4 laps to go, Jeffrey regained the lead and won the race and the overall. Romain Fabre was 2nd and Tim Geiser was 3rd. Once again, the replay has a new host. Until the Grand Prix of Pietramoratta, everything was controlled by Jeffrey Herlings. He had lead over 24 points over Romain Fabre and 27 points over Tim Geiser. But this championship wasn't predictable, and the Pietramoratta Grand Prix proved it once again. So the first race started with Jeffrey Herling's crash. He couldn't continue the race due to damage to the dirt bike. This was bad news for Jeffrey as he lost a lot of points. Romain Febvre had a great battle with Tim Geiser. He managed to pass Tim and win the first race. Antonio Cairoli, for whom it was the last season, was third and had a great chances to fight for the overall win.
And that's exactly what Febvre did. He took his 5th race win of the season. Geiser was second.
The second race started with motocross legend Antonio Cairoli whole shot. The first few positions were untouchable all the race. Tim Geiser managed to move up to 3rd position with 4 laps to go, ahead of Glenn Koldenhoff. Jeffrey Herlings, after a nightmare in the first race, managed to get back and finished in 4th place. Romain Febvre was 5th. 2021 MXGP season was the last for Cairoli. In his town GP, he managed to get his first GP win in 2021 season and his last career victory. It was amazing. After this round, there were again more questions than answers in the championship standings.
No, I really didn't expect, because Sunday I was feeling very bad, and in 2 days I recovered a little bit, but not enough, of course. But it was good because the start was good, and then I could manage to stay in front and control the race. So it's always easy when you have a good start.
After this round, Herlings burned his advantage over Romain Febvre to 1 point and against Tim Geiser to 3 points. Before the final round of the MXGP at Mantova, Romain Febvre had a red plate. He led Herlings by 3 points. Tim Geiser was 15 points behind, and his hopes of winning this championship were dim. The final stage for Febvre and Herlings was win or die. The first race started with Jorge Prado whole shot. In the 4th lap, Jeffrey Herlings managed to pass Febvre and Prado. Romain Febvre tried to push Herlings really hard, because it was one of the most important stages in life. But Jeffrey Herlings made no mistakes and won the race, so the second round was very important for both riders. So, who will be the champion? So the second race started again with Jorge Prado whole shot, but in the same lap Febvre and Herlings passed him. The two championship leaders rode together again, and this race was win or die for them. In the second lap, Jeffrey Herlings managed to pass Romain Febvre, and the Bullet was leader and Romain was a chaser. Yeah, this Romain Febvre crash cost him the title. And this is it. One of the most interesting seasons with most interesting ending is over. Jeffrey Herlings made no mistake that weekend and won one of the hardest titles of his career.
He is world champion for a 5th time.
Just want to say one thing, a lot of people wanted to know what I would have done if I didn't win this championship this year again. I guess you'll never know.